got to know. If you want to understand, you got to know.
Hey YouTube, Hikozamen here. This is going to be my first vlog basically since I went and uploaded a bunch of videos last week and started up a YouTube channel just to see what would happen. And I've got to say, it's been a real buzz. It's been great. I've loved all the feedback. Over the last week I've had about 15,000 views of the 11 vids or 12 videos which I put up on my channel. Of those, I must admit 10,000 were from a test upload where I put a picture which had the behind of Kaoru Sakurazawa, which attracted 10,000 views, 7,000 or so from Brazil, and they're all very disappointed. I'm very sorry about that. I shouldn't have done that. I've learned a lot about actually how I should go about putting these videos together and uploading them. So it's been a real sort of education this week, and I'm glad. I think I've learned a lot about that. 23 subscribers, amazing. I'm shocked that even 23 people would be would be happy enough to subscribe and want to hear what else I've got. And because it's 23, it's a manageable number, and I really do appreciate every single one. I'd just like to do some quick shout outs on those, and I've checked out your channels when you've subscribed to me, and I've done some great stuff. So yeah, just to quickly go through. Pop Talk subscribes everyone who subscribes them, which included me, so that was there from a while. But Krella, hey Krella, Kimajin, yeah, it's great to see you. Nikotama, Nikotama made some comments on my Yasukuni video, which I'll come back to soon, and also has some videos on a certain perspective of history that exists in Japan, which some people might find interesting to look at, so I'll put a link for that on the sidebar, which is over there. Tayo Whale, thank you. Tamabot, some great English videos on Japan on their channel, so thank you for that. Thank you for your sub. PC Kid 888, thank you for the sub. I see that you're a Lost fan, so am I. Good stuff. Shitashi, loved your videos. Thanks for the questions, thanks for the feedback. I'm going to actually make some videos based on your questions, so thank you for that. Great to hear from you. AAB09, Kruksai, I haven't had a chance to look at all your videos yet, but it looks like you've been doing this for a long time. You've got some great looking vids, so again I'll put another link for Kruksai's channel, which is actually that way. Good stuff. Kape13, Faren no Pusizu, 1984 1109 23, thank you for the sub. Jack69, a Japanese guy, took up my questions on thoughts of citizenship and permanent residency in Japan, so thank you for engaging me. Had a great chat, and I'm going to make some videos based on the comments and questions that you had, so thank you for that. Kira Zero, Hira 379, who has some anime sort of videos on their channel, so again you can check those out. Also, what else we got here? Help Me Find Parents, the famous Ken Tanaka, the American person who was adopted by a Japanese family. Great, yeah. Some I like more than others, but I checked out the channel actually, and there's some really interesting videos there actually. Some are very good, like how to speak Japanese without talking. It's actually very well done, so definitely check that out. Link on the side. Heiankyo794, thank you. MissTube, great to have you subbing. I've been subscribing to you under a different login for a while. I love the sort of your vlogs and just your take on Japan, and you inspired me to start this vlog myself, so it's great to sort of get in touch with you this way. Cyber Coyote, thank you. Also a link for your channel. You just subbed recently, but I see you've got some interesting stuff up on your channel. 8919, 50 billion. Okay, so there's also Sumuragi Nomikoto and Ruchi Ombra. So thank you all for the subscriptions. It's fantastic. I love looking at your sites as well. I've just found out something. When I get stuck in a video and I have to stop and start again, the music will change. So I've got to be careful of that. Basically, I just want to talk quickly about today, about the videos which I uploaded and how they went. I uploaded 4 talking videos and a bunch of other sort of videos that I've made in the past, which I sort of attached some commentary to and did some things with. Of the 4 videos I uploaded, 2 in English, 2 in Japanese. The 2 in English didn't actually get that much attention. There was one on a news story I thought was funny, on some people getting caught making an adult movie in a McDonald's sometime, which there were no comments to. There's another video just on train manners, which I thought was because it was kind of day-to-day and cultural, and some people seem to enjoy it. I got good ratings for it, so thank you for that, and thank you for the comments and feedback. I did two Japanese videos. The first Japanese video was on citizenship and PR, which is an issue for me because I'm coming up on 10 years in Japan, and I'm thinking about whether I want to get citizenship or PR. And I'm not really thinking about getting citizenship. If there's dual citizenship, I'd think about it, but there's not, and PR I think is enough for what I want. But I asked people what they thought about, for example, why Japan doesn't have an immigration debate. I asked this in Japanese to see what Japanese people sort of think about immigration issues, about citizenship issues, whether Japan should recognize dual citizenship. And the consensus seemed to be no, Japan shouldn't recognize dual citizenship. And some people said we should have an immigration debate, and we should really think about again what kind of permanent residence we accept, what Japan accepts. But yeah, people are pretty. I got some other interesting comments. One from Jack69, which I think I'm going to put into another video, just asking me just about my views on what Japanese people are like, which is kind of there's lots of issues with that question, which is kind of why I think it's an interesting topic. But of course, that's an endless discussion, which I won't do here. There's a great thread, and I really appreciate the feedback on that. And the final video I put up, and I really wasn't sure about doing this. I put up a video on Yasukuni, talking about this Yasukuni documentary, which was put out. What I was specifically interested in was that there had been a lot of debate just about why the government had funded purportedly anti-Japanese movie. And politicians were saying this isn't right, and right-wingers are protesting at the cinemas. Cinemas were getting pressured into not showing the video, not showing the movie. And the media kept coming back to whether this was suppression of freedom of speech on the left-wing side, on the right-wing side, how this is Chinese propaganda, this is anti-Japanese, and we shouldn't even allow it in Japan. And I was kind of wondering about why don't they engage, if they've got issues with the movie, why do they just call it anti-Japanese and not get into the actual issues about the movie? I mean, what are these issues? In fact, as in the Japanese media, but especially in the English media, I don't think these issues were really very well communicated, and this is why it was a great thread. I mean, I was afraid it was going to turn into a flame war, but no, people jumped on and they made very constructive comments, different views, a lot of explanation about the issues different people had with different parts of the movie, and it was interesting. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I didn't really know, like a lot of the issues with it, for example, were the use of controversial photographs, which are purported to be of the Nanking massacre, which the Japanese government apparently says that the photos themselves are fakes. They say that they proved it, and they don't want Chinese government agencies or anyone using it, but it's used in this film, for example. There's the question of whether the sword maker was deceived into cooperating. Apparently his interview sections, where he's talking about how the quality of his swords are interspersed with scenes discussing an incident during the Nanking massacre of two soldiers who had a competition to try to kill 100 people with their swords. And he was talking about, I think my swords cut great. But he was never really told it was going to be used in that sort of a context, and so there's complaints about that. And of course the big issue, which is that the Culture Agency isn't allowed to give public funds to movies which are commercial, political, or religious, or have content of that nature. And of course Yasukuni covers the latter two of those quite deeply, and so there was some concern about waste of tax funds, and so politicians sort of jumped on that. And so and the real common thread throughout the whole thing was just how poorly the media's really reported the issues around that movie, and how they've oversimplified it to being either about free speech and censorship, which it's not, because the movie is still available in Japan. It's going to be distributed through Japan. In fact, it's received lots of advertising because of this debate. But there's also the other side of it, which is that this is Chinese propaganda, and that's the other extreme, and the anti-Japanese angle. So it was interesting to see. There was a lot of really informative Japanese comments on it, and I was really happy about the response with that. So thank you for that. I'm going to try to keep my topics a little bit less controversial, because I don't want my videos to be flame bait. But I really appreciate the tone and the feedback of the conversation. So first week, it's been fantastic. It's been a real buzz. I've loved the feedback. I've loved all the comments. Thank you for subscribing. I'll try to keep the videos entertaining, interesting. I'll try to keep some interesting music on in the background when I do it. This is a mix I made a few years ago, actually. It's pretty good. I'll try to, like I said, I'll keep them entertaining. Tell me what you think. Subscribe if you like it. I'm loving looking at your channels as well, your videos and so on. But But yeah, look forward to seeing more of you, and thank you for all the support. So see ya, peace.
Stop the tape. This kid needs to be locked away. Get